Hi, this is Fiona here from Metal Planet Music, and I'm sitting here with the person I can now officially call a legend, Toby Wayward Sons,
Thank you.
all the others. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. Feels a bit weird being a legend, getting that award, fantastic. But a real honour actually, yeah.
Yes, I spoke to you briefly on the red carpet on the way in.
I know.
On the other night. Yes, now the penny's dropping.
Yeah.
We were saying that it was good to be nominated, and you weren't expecting to win something like that. So how does it feel?
Well, amazing, because I had no idea that I was even up for the Legend Award at all. The Wayward Sons was up for the I think the Rising Stars or something like that. So and I think that went to quite correctly to Massive Wagons. And so I kind of relaxed after that. I thought, oh, okay, well, fine, we'll have a few drinks, whatever. That's great. They deserve it, etc. So I was actually, I actually took my wife home to the caravan about an hour later, not expecting, and I was all these phone calls from people saying, "You've got to get back here." I'm like, why? I'm not nominated for anything else. And you've got to come back. So it was a total shock when they announced me and it's unbelievably humbling, really, to be honest.
The crowd did go nuts,
They did.
and rightfully so.
Well, that's really kind. I mean, yeah, you know what? When you're in it yourself and you're doing it, you have no idea what all this stuff really means. I get up every morning and I make music and do what I can. And I've been in it 30 odd years. So I guess that stands for something.
Well, yeah, speaking of 30 odd years, you have had quite the journey. Is there anything you have not tried yet? I mean, you're a singer, producer, actor, the whole lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you've got to wear a few hats these days in this business, and everything that I've tried and everything that I've pursued has been as a progression from something else. It's not been forced. I got into production because I got introduced to a band called the Virgin Marys years ago, a really good band from Macclesfield in the UK, and I ended up producing their first album, and I developed my production chops from there, and to date I've made 27 records as a record producer, a lot of it with young bands, and that then led on to working with Rob Town, who's my co-founder of a company called Lightning in a Bottle, which is a consultation business, which is about the music business, trying to advise young bands about how to sort of navigate this business of ours. And I love doing that because it helps. I want to give, I like to give stuff back as well as carry on as an artist. And these things have just happened naturally, And right now I'm moving into filmmaking. I mean, I've written and directed all the Wayward Sons videos, but I've formed a little film company to develop narrative feature films as well. So I'm doing that, and so I go where my head takes me and where my heart takes me,
So then, are you the person responsible for the trailer to The Joke Is On You? Because that was fantastic.
I know. Well, I mean, me and my filmmaker friend who's in my company, a guy called Jay Hillier, who's a DOP, director of photography, and a great director in his own right. We work very closely together. So yeah, he put that together for the band, and but we shot those videos. The 4 videos that we've put out with the album, we shot those together. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then like the Joke's On You, some friends of mine are in that video.
Oh, right.
Ross is the big clown,
boss,
big boss,
right.
And I think Michaela then she fell all over herself onto the stage, as well.
She was great, actually. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. So how much fun did you have making that video?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had 4 days, and and like I said, I wrote a sort of 25-page screenplay for it, so it was all properly done. Yeah, and we shot it at the Bath Spa University, which is. They helped us up there, and Jim Dickinson, who used to be in the Little Angels, he's the head of the contemporary music course up there. So I talked to them, and they've got facilities up there. So we shot it all up there, and had great fun. Got like you say, Ross Gray and Dan Williams and various other people. And my daughter was in the videos as well. She played Alice, and so it was great fun. And it's an area of the entertainment business that I'm really, really interested in. Like I say, I shall be making feature films in the future. So.
Oh, that's really cool. Please tell me that was an exclusive.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there you go. I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much. So what's in store then for you? You've got like Legend, and you've got your filmmaking and everything. What do you want to do now for 2020? What's coming towards us?
Well, I mean, the main area of focus is Wayward Sons and touring the album. Really, I mean, we're very, very pleased with the album. It's been received so well. When you make records, I mean, I've been making records for 30 years. I mean, I've been in this game 30 odd years now. And I go into making an album in exactly the same way as I've always done it, which is with an open mind and a full heart, and I want to make the best possible record I can. I pull my hair out, I gnash my teeth, I have sleepless nights. It goes on and on and on and on, and you don't know whether you're making anything good, bad, or indifferent half the time, but you're trying your hardest, you know. But the only barometer that I care about is what the fans think about it, and it doesn't matter what I think about it. I mean, I make it for me. You have to make your music for yourself. But once that music's out there, the reaction of the fans is what matters. And so far, the reaction's been absolutely stellar. And so, all we can do is go out and play it now and hope that people understand what the live version of the record is, you know. So we've got a long game on that. I mean, I'm not going to rest until this band's back in Hammersmith, you know, those sort of level gigs. That's where I want to go with it. And I think I can do that. I mean, it might take another couple of albums, but I'm not getting any younger, so I'm just going to keep going.
Well, you're taken to the stage tonight here at HRH. How long is your set again? Is it
about an hour?
An hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so what can we expect?
Well, it'll be a combination of the new record and obviously the first album. And you know, we've been playing the first album now for getting on for well over 2 years. You know, and we've constantly toured. We've done so many gigs. So we know the first record really backwards, you know, and we've developed that live. The new album, you know, we're just introducing these new songs. You know, we've been playing a few tunes over the last sort of 6 months, so, you know, since we started introducing them as working ideas to sort of road test them a little bit. But so some people will know Jokes on You and, you know, and a couple of things like that. But so there's probably, I think there's 5 or 6 songs in the set from the new album tonight, and then the rest is the first record. So yeah, no, I mean, I just love playing, and for me, it's more about the energy that we give out. That's what I mean, you know, I like to think that we're what I would call a classic rock band, not in much of the classic bracket, but we go out there and play, and it's. I don't think rock and roll was ever supposed to be pretty. I think it was supposed to be dangerous and on the edge, and you don't quite know what's going to happen next, and that's what I like. I mean, I genuinely go on stage every single time I play, not knowing what's going to happen, and it's like the first time I've ever played. That's the way I feel about it. And I've never lost that feeling. I just go, okay, let's see what happens. You know? And it could be I've got a bad voice one night, or a great voice one night, or I'm feeling tired, or I'm energetic, you know. But I've got such a great band around me that I know that I'm supported by these amazing people, and it's just a joy. It's just a joy to play, you know. Yeah,
I suppose you get a lot of energy from the crowd as well, because they know everything about you. And 30 years. I mean, I learned a new word today called collectionists. It's those people who want to actually, or completists, sorry, they want to complete the catalogue of all of your works. I mean, that will cost them a fortune over the years.
It probably will, because I've made quite a few records.
1 or 2, yes.
You know, but and you know, listen, the great thing about our audience and the great thing about rock audiences is that they're interested in the whole story. You know, it's not like pop music. Pop music's, I mean, I like a lot of pop music, but pop music isn't there to be something that you live with for the rest of your life. It's like Freddie Mercury said a fantastic quote years ago. He said, you know, my songs are like bubble gum. They've got a nice, colourful wrapper, and when you unwrap them and put it in your mouth, it tastes fantastic, but ultimately you just want to spit them out and forget it. And I kind of quite like that, and I understand what he means by that, because, you know, ultimately some music is that way inclined, but I think ultimately rock fans love to live their life by a creed of what the words mean, what the whole thing represents, how it can take them out of their normal life. That's what I love about it, the theatre of it all, you know. I love the concept that people come to a gig and they're leaving their normal life behind and they're just giving themselves over to the evening for 3 hours, and they're just going to escape everything. That's what a great film does, what a great book does. This is what this is all about, right? Isn't it? So, and that's my journey, you know, and as an artist, to give that to the people, irrespective of what my opinion about the things I'm talking about is. I want them to be entertained, you know. Okay.
Speaking of books, any plans?
What, writing one? Well, I do actually. I mean, you know, the whole film thing is that I'm developing screenplays and I'm working with other writers. A big part of what we're doing is finding and developing young writers. But I am writing, funny enough. I mean, and I've got a friend of mine who's been writing my biography for years. But I keep saying to him, he keeps saying we should put it up. I can't really put out my biography. Nobody really knows who I am above my sort of rock fans. Because you'd be surprised. So. Maybe there'll be a biographies one day, I don't know. But I think it might be a few years yet. You know.
Well, you've got the legend title now, so I think if you're never going to be able to do it, I think now is a good time. What do you think?
Well, maybe so. But I mean, the interesting thing is that someone said to me earlier on, well, doesn't legendary just mean that you've got really old? I thought, thank you very much.
That was nasty.
Hey, it cut to the quick. But I knew exactly what he meant, you know. But, I mean, listen, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm really happy where I am right now, and I feel more inspired and more energised than I've felt since the days of Little Angels, frankly, you know. So because the music feels good to me, and the audience is reacting, and you know we are selling records and we are selling tickets, and I think that's got to be the reason why you carry on, because we can't survive in a vacuum. You can't just be this thing in a bubble that you wake up to every morning and you hope it's going to carry on. We've got a plan, you know, we've got a long-term plan, and we've got great people around us, and I just hope we can keep going and going, you know.
Well, hopefully you'll come back to Ireland soon as well.
Well, we're coming back with Steel Panther in January.
There we
February,
go.
I think February. I think
Okay. I have a funny feeling I will be seeing you then.
I think we're doing 2 nights in Dublin, and we're doing 1 night in Belfast.
Ulster Hall.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's great. So, I mean, I'm going to actually have to choose or else go to the 2 of them. Boss, can I go to the 2? Can I?
I think she can.
There you go. Toast said so standard I can.
It would be rude not to.
There you are.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind now, I know you have to get ready for your set and all the rest of it, and there's a huge crowd out there, all very, very excited to see you. Have a fabulous time here at HRH, and it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
I'd love to meet you too. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. This is Fiona here at Metal Planet Music. Beautiful Toby, and I will talk to you later.
See you again.